Hi, good evening everyone. So I've got a request from a few people who wanted to know how to use these stencils because I was demonstrating them on Create and Craft the other day, and they said they really like some of the techniques, but could you just do them again? So I'm going to be using these 3 stencils. Okie doke. And I'm going to be using some Vivid sprays. I didn't use these on Create and Craft, but I will show you those, and some Vivids refills. We're going to be using the matte ones, which are these, and possibly these sprays, and then we're going to be using the ones with the mica in them, which are the sparkly ones. So we'll just start off really simply with this little beauty, which is gorgeous. Now I think I'll start off, I've got gloves on because I'm going out for dinner tonight, so even though you can get this off with glycerin soap, I don't know where my glycerin soap is, so I'm going to do this on dry watercolour card. So this watercolour card is the watercolour card from our website, and I'm just going to do a little bit of blue up there, which looks nice. And with these, you just need to dip the nozzle in water after you've sprayed, and that way I've got some drips because I've got it in the lid. That keeps it nice and clear. What else should we do? Let's do a little bit of, oh, that was Blue Satin Sashes, by the way. This is Sweet as Summer Peaches. Let's see what this looks like a little bit round here. That's good. Now I have the unfortunate way of spraying with my finger like this. So the spray comes up here, hits my finger, and then drips down. But that's the only way I can spray with my hands. So that's fine. I can sometimes spray it with my thumb, but that's not easy either. So I get some big blobs, but I quite like that. And where it overlaps, you get this green coming through. The Sweet and Summer Peaches and the Blue Satin Sashes, you get that nice green coming. So speaking of which, let's have a little bit of English Pastures Green. Give them a good shake to wake. And let's have a little bit down here. Yeah, that's nice. We like that. Dip and wipe. And I think we will have a touch of gold as well. So this is a drop of Golden Sun, and let's have a little bit down here. That's it. Again, dip and wipe. Okay, let's not overcook it. So let me just take that out. Let's just move that out of the way. And that's nice. And then I can do another print, hopefully, with just that on here. I'm just going to put a paper towel over the top and then give it some welly. You can just press it with your hands, but I get a bit more strength out of a roller. Now I've done it on dry. I might have got a better impression, I think, if I've done it on wet, but we'll see. We'll see. That's nice. That is lovely, actually. That is really lovely. So that is really nice and delicate, and you can see the shimmer. When it dries, you'll be able to see the shimmer coming through. Likewise with this one, which is going to look fab. So I'm just going to wipe up those drips off the bottom. So that's our little birdie, which is lovely. but we can also do more with this. What I'll do, I'll come back to that actually. Let's get the spraying over and done with, and then I can take my gloves off. So let's just pop that somewhere to dry. And let's bring my spray box back in. Oh, this is so nice to play. It really is. All right, so again, I'm going with nice bit of watercolor. This time, let's have a little bit of water on it, just a little bit. This is a fine spray of water. That's just the bottle that looks different color. And then I'm just going to lay this on here. Oh, you can see I've got a little bit of colour left either on my gloves or that. I'm just going to spray the back so it stops it from curling as much. There we go. Alrighty, so should we go for plain colours, or no? Let's stick with some of this. That is so lovely. That is Sweet Summer Peaches. I haven't actually got a red out. What I'll do then is I will use a bit of Will Scarlet. That's really strong, so I've just got to be careful with the amount of that I put on. I think if I put it over the top of that, that's really fabulous. And let me just come back with the Sweet Summer Peaches just to make that spread out a little bit. I like that. And let's stick with the warm colours, and I'll finish off with a drop of Golden Sun. There we go. That's a bit yummy. I think we probably need something a bit more there, don't we? How about a bit of Loxley Yellow? Loxley Yellow is matte, so it's got no mica in them, but it's a really strong yellow. There we go. I like that. So I like that. Okay, let's have a look at what this can do. Let me just lift that out carefully onto here, and this time I'm going to just spray this a little bit, just a tad, and let's just lift that baby off and put it on here. Oh, look at that, is that gorgeous? So you see these bits here where it's flooded underneath? I actually really like that. And then this piece, let's just see what happens if I just take another piece of, these are all watercolour, okay? Just going to take another piece of watercolour, and I've given it a really, really light spray with this, just to see if any seep out. And just so, okay, next, and then give it a good rub. Also, what you can do with these is you can put them through your die cutting machine, and you get a really beautiful emboss with it. Whoops, I've wiggled that a little bit. Let's see what happened there. Oh my goodness, I'm really pleased I actually used an extra piece of card. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, it was right to add that Loxley Yellow, wasn't it? That is beautiful. Oh, stunning, stunning. Where to put it, where to put it? There's a dry area. Okay, we've still got to lift this one up. Oh my goodness, that is gorgeous. And because I've actually used the roller, the brayer rather, it's really imprinted. That is just fantastic. Oh, I love that. That I love, and I think there's even more ink left on there. Should I go for another one? Let's try some super smooth. Okay, let's just move that over. Let's put some super smooth on there. Let's give that a little bit of water because it is super smooth, so you don't want to drench it, but this should be okay. Let's see if I can get another one out of here. So I'm giving this a bit of welly. This is just so much fun. This is what you need to do at home. Oh my god, look at that. I should put another piece of paper over the top of it. Oh, that is so cool. So it's a lovely soft look to that one. Oh my god, that is gorgeous. Look how delicate that is. So we've got 4 prints so far from this. And that one. And then we've got the original one. I wonder what would happen if I offered that back up. Does that go? Yeah, it does. Yeah, let me just line that back up. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's get another piece of watercolour. See, this is brilliant fodder for your card making, your journal pages, your ATCs. Okay, I put a little bit of water on there, just one spray, and I bet we'll get another print out of this. All right, so again, give it some welly. Right, let's have a look. Ready? Oh yes, bit lighter in the middle, but that's good. That's gorgeous. I love that sort of sharp edge you get with the brayer. That is fab. Wow, 5 prints. Okay. let's start putting them over here to dry. Wow. Okay, so that's a good start. And I just want to show you this one that's now dry, and this baby which is now dry. And let's just move some of these. So this is on watercolour card, right? And this one is on super smooth, which is gorgeous. So that's that. Now, if you were to gesso it first, you get a completely different look as well. So this is one that I've done earlier. And also, let's bring my spray box back in. There, that's fabulous. Oh, and now it's starting to dry. I can see all of that mica coming through. Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Right, so spray box. Watercolor card. Oh, look at even these. These are going to be a bit fab, aren't they? to use. Feel some ATCs coming on. Right, so with this one, let's use some matte colours. Alrighty, so let's go for, I've got nothing on here at the moment. Let's go for some Loxley Yellow. Such a beautiful, vibrant colour. Let's go for a bit of Will Scarlet. Again, these are just so strong. I've put loads in these. And then let's go for, oh no, let's go for a bit of Little John, which is the blue. Okay. Quite strong colour that, so let's just get some water on there. There we go. Okay, so now we can offer up our, should I do it? Let's do it the other way. Let's use a different one. Let's use this one. Okay, so now I can offer up this bad boy. And let's take this out and pop it there. Right, so let's take some more watercolour. I've given that a little bit of a spray, and that's going to go over the top for another sandwich, stencil sandwich. Okay. Now it will squirt out a little bit because I've put so much ink on and a lot of water, so it is going to squish. And this watercolour card on top has got lots of water in it as well, so there we go. Ready. Not as good as I hoped, to be fair, because I wanted more in this region here, and you can see it's actually quite dry there. Let's see. I might ruin it, but I mean, that's lovely. It's quite delicate though, and I want more, so I'm going to put maybe a bit too much water on there. And I'm going to use the, I was going to say I'll use the back side of that, but I wonder whether I can get this back on here, because it was lined up. Oh well, if it's not, it's not. Instead of using a fresh piece of card, and it was that rose in the middle I wanted, wasn't it? You can put this through your die cutting machine as a sandwich, but you've just got to be aware that you need scrap paper around it because it does squish out some of the ink. You see, now that's more like it. That is definitely more like it. That is really unusual, isn't it? Maybe that's a little bit heavy, but that's good. That is good. Okay. Oh, that's lovely. Now that works for me. That really does. That works beautifully. And you see, the good thing about these are they are water reactive, so you can add water to this and it's going to faux bleach it out. I really like that. Yeah, those have worked for me. Those have definitely worked really nicely. This bit here might be a bit dark, but I'm going to leave that to dry because they will obviously lighten up to dry. Now, where was I going with this? Ah, yes. Right, let me just put these over here. Let me just wipe this down. There we go. And I'll just get my next piece ready. So, oh, that is just lovely. Really lovely. So the nice thing about messing about with stencils like this is you get tons and tons of beautiful prints from it. So I'm just going to leave that over there for a wee bit. Let's bring my spray in again. Okay, so let's do a little bit softer. Mostly Loxley yellow. Dip your nib in, your spray head rather, and give it a wipe. And I'm going to do some scarlet, Will Scarlet, because mixed with that Loxley yellow, you're going to get that orange. So let's have a bit more of that. There we go. Which is lovely. Let's have some drips over there. Come on, give me some more drips. Oh, you know what? I might actually just give it a bit of gold. So this is from the sparkly set, A Drop of Golden Sun. Let's have a little bit of gold up over the top of that. Alrighty, okay, so now I'm actually going to dry that off. Alrighty, again, look at that, the edges of that paper, yum. Right, so now what I'm going to do is pack that on its own. It's lovely, isn't it? Can you see that gold? Okay, so next I'm going to do is put my stencil, my mask. So what's the difference between a mask and a stencil? A mask masks the area, it covers up the area, whereas a stencil is the opposite. So this is a mask, this is a mask, but this one is a stencil. So the main image is cut out, whereas this one, the main image is not. I like this as well because of the shape of it. You can actually do multiple tiling of it, so it's good for fabric. Alrighty, so now can I take this down or shall I hold it? What's the best way? It's pretty flat. Okay, let's just go with it. So I'm going to spray water over the top, just a wee bit, and then take this off. And then I'm going to leave this to react because it is reactive to water. And what you'll get, well, you can see because it's bowing up. Let me just spray the underneath of it. I should have done that beforehand. I hope I didn't spray the camera there. Oops. Okay, so leave that for as long as you possibly can to develop. Let's just make some room here. How to clean them? Well, with this, it's just a case of water, plain water. All right. Okay, right, I think I can probably take the gloves off now. We'll start using the refills. Right, let's just clean up a little bit. Okay, so while I'm waiting for that to cook, as it were, I'm going to use these refills. So this is Loxley Yellow, Little John and Will Scarlet. I may use some of the others, but this is what I'm going for. Now you have to press the lid on and then unscrew, because these have got child locks on them, and you just need a drop. Yes, I know, it's minute. See my fingernail? Absolutely tiny. Oh, I've done a drop over here. So I'm just going to pick up the ink with just a normal inking sponge, and then I've got Will Scarlet, so I'm going to have just a drop of Will Scarlet there, which is just going to use this sponge here. And then I've got Little John, which is, oh, I've taken the lid off, the top off completely. Okay, so my mum's just walked in, so that's why the dogs are going berserk. And you can see how much that ink goes such a long way. Okay, so whilst I think this is ready to have a look at, so I'm just going to get some. Here we go, let's utilise what I had before. Let's have a little look. I think it could do with a bit more water, so we'll take this one off and then we'll just work through this one. Oh, look at that. So we've got a nice pattern coming on here, but not much at the top. So what I can do is I can offer that back up again. Let's go with it here. Is it that one or is it that one? Should I go? Should I go? And then I'm just going to spray the top half again. Because of that being yellow, I think that's why we haven't got much of a reaction there. But if I put this over the top and then give it a good there we go. There we go. Right, let's see what's happening now. Oh, I should have put another piece of card on that. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, wow. That is lovely. Oh, hopefully you can see that. That is gorgeous. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lovely. Okay. So let's have a clean piece of scrap. And let's go for our rose, because we haven't done much with the rose, have we, at the moment? So I'm going to just line that up. Notice how I've got these to be half an A4. Let me just give this a bit of a wipe. Just so that I've not got all that blue on here. Mind you, might help. Okay, let's go with this side. I know there's a bit of glue on there, but that's fine. Alrighty, so I think I'll start with a little bit of yellow on here. Look how vibrant that colour is. It's just gorgeous. Now I didn't put any green on the mat, so what I can do is I can do all of it yellow. See, that tiny drop goes a really long way. You can tape it down so it doesn't move, but I'm a bit lazy, so. And then you can go over the top with some of the little John Blue. So it's quite a lot on there, so I'll just be gentle. There we go. Just a touch on those. So over the top of the yellow you get that lovely green, and with the red, the Will Scarlet, again that's quite strong on there. Need to take a bit off. Let's have a little bit of the red, the Will Scarlet on the edges of this rose, peony I should say, which will give me that sort of orangey colour. Now I've dragged in some of that blue, so it's making it a little bit mucky coloured, and that one. So I'm just going to go over the top with the Loxley yellow again. There we go. So that's your first stage, which is lovely, really lovely. Now if you wanted to, you can give it a bit of water and then make it into a watercolour. So there we go. So this is a little bit much down here, but this is just really lovely, this bit. So I'm just going to mop this little bit up. Actually, if I mop it up with this, I'm going to get a print off it, aren't I? So it just softens it out a little bit, which is really lovely. Just going to take a bit of Super Smooth, some water on it, and I'm just going to try and get a print off the napkin that I've used, the kitchen roll, and see whether I can get a print off that. It's all really addictive with these sprays. Once you get going, it's just fantastic. Oh, a little bit of one, just a little bit. That could be the start of something. In fact, what I could do then is overlay with this, and then come in with a little bit of the Will Scarlet over the top. So all the yellow areas will go like a peachy orangey colour. I haven't got much yellow left, but there we go. So you can start layering up with that. Oh, that's drying really nicely. So this will give you a few ideas of where to go with it. So hopefully you will have got just some ideas to play with. Really, that is just drying beautifully. I actually really like that mix of colours. That was an accident, but it's becoming, it's almost like an old rose round there. That is really lovely. And then let's show you what else is now drying. So we did this one. We also did, oh, look at some of these. And look at that is gorgeous. And then this was the one that was the image, the mirror image, which I really like now. It's drying out really beautifully. I would use that as background. But this one was the other part of it, which is just gorgeous. Now if that becomes a bit too heavy, I can put a little bit of water on there and dab it out, but I think I'm going to leave it because I love the fact that we've actually got a frame round there and we've got all that line work, which is gorgeous. We've also got these two as well, which were a bit of a bonus. And then we started off with our little birdie, which is just beautiful, which is lovely. So, oh yeah, I was going to do the birdie with some of the inks as well, but you've seen me do that with that peony, which looks gorgeous. So I would probably do more of that one and of this. So hopefully, and you can see that I've used this as a background here, and also what I've done with this one is I've actually laid the stencil back over and I've just drawn round it, and that one's ready to actually draw on it as well, just with a black pen. You can just go back over that and just, oh, it's the other way around, there we go. That's the nice thing about stencils, you can flip them over as well. That can go back on there, or indeed I could just go back and put more ink on. Lovely. Hopefully you've really enjoyed that and it's given you some ideas of how to use those stencils. So see, if you send us an email and say, hey, can Kate demonstrate this, there you go. Hope you've enjoyed that. I will be back next week with an extra special Facebook. We're doing a really new launch with some gorgeous stuff, so hopefully you can join us next Wednesday, the 2nd of August. So I will see you after the weekend. Have a lovely time. Take care now. Bye for now.